Hello and happiest of days, teacher folks. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day today. So today on Wednesday, I do older video game reviews and that sort of thing too. Sometimes some more recent stuff if I put in some time. I just did my reviews of the DLC for Stellaris Biogenesis from May this year, and then the Fantasy Finds one by 2 Point Museum too. So you can check out that stuff if you like that, all been down the box. So anyway, and then this week I thought it would be nice for me to give you my top 10 value video games for you folks. These are ones that either will give you hundreds or thousands of hours for higher prices or lower prices otherwise. And then many of them are free too. So let's check them out. All right, so all price quotes here are on Steam. I'm not quoting a sale, right? And that's fine. All right, so let's start off with number 10. Number 10 is from October 23rd, 2003. And this is Railroad Tycoon 3. And it's $10 on Steam. So Railroad Tycoon 3 was made by the people that made Tropica and that sort of thing too. I love it. I think its industry size of things is just so strong. You can go over to it and really sort of embrace. There are some maps where it might be the best, instead of starting railroads, to start take a look at the maps, take a look at the industry, maybe start a factory or something like that, and then expand it. And its economic and industrial size is just so strong, and it gives you so many different options too. I just absolutely adore this game. Number 9 is Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. It's for $20. It combines the first two games, as well as all the DCs. On September 28, 2007. I'm sorry, 17, when it was released. And this again combines all of the games of the beloved series. So you can just go back to it and play it so many times, over and over and over again. And that sort of thing too. Also, because it's on the Classic, it has some lesser UI issues, and playing on modern systems, it's released on Steam too. Right. Love it lots. And Roller Coaster Tycoon put things on the map in a major way too. Alright, so number 8 is Heroes of Might and Magic 3D. It's for $15 on this 3D version is on Steam. It was released on January 29th, 2015. Now here is Magic, and the third one particularly is an absolute classic. You can play hundreds of hours with many different replays, campaigns, multiplayer, and that sort of a thing too. There's just so much deep depth here. Love it lots. And so basically here you have a few different maps. You have characters you have to keep around, move them around the map, flag things, capture cities, and then your cities you got to build them up kind of like a civ. Build different things, use the resources that you flag, and that sort of thing to make that work too. And then also you can go ahead. In addition to that, you've got to fight battles, win cities, defend yourself from attacks. That sort of thing. It's hundreds of hours for $15. In the 3D version, it's totally worth it. Number 7 is The Fray Battle for Westnoth. It was released on June 18, 2003. So Battle for Westnoth is basically an attempt to remake Fantasy General as a free video. It has a lot of time, a lot of replayability, tons of hours that you put into it. And most of all, of course, like I just mentioned, it was free. It was never intended to be anything other than free. Love it lots. The Battle for Westnoth at number 7 on June 18th. So get your fantasy genre on in this turn-based game. All right. So number 6 is Star Control 2, which was released for free 10 years later as the Urquan Masters by the devs. So basically, Star Control 2, which I'm let's playing right now, because it can be free and that sort of thing too. Now, it's not the longest game, right? I mean, you might put like 12 to 15 hours into it, but it's free. Many people consider it one of the top 100 video games of all time. I would agree with them too. It made a lot of best of lists at the end of the year in '92 when it was released. Now, this is a mouse game, and it only uses keyboard input, even the free version from 2002. Just a heads up. But yeah, so you can check out all my review, my Let's Plays, and check it out too. Number 6 is Dark Control 2. Alright, also free. Now, number 5 is Don't Starve on Steam for $10. Are you kidding me? I put into it like 743 hours. It's from April 23rd, 2013. So it's 12 hours old. 12 years old, not 12 hours old. That's weird. That would be a really young game. It's just 12 hours old. Alright, so Don't Starve is an absolute classic. It changed a lot of things. It's a great indie game. It's you can play it a lot. You can play it all of it now. I've done a review of it too here for the channel. Basically, what you're doing is you're starting off with different characters. You're trying to combat the various things out there like hunger and sanity and shelter and food and health too. You got to keep yourself alive from a lot of things in addition to food too. And then you got to build a camp, go around and hunt down things, and get things to build tools with, and that sort of thing. Just an absolute classic. And then when you die, you can restart. So you're gonna have lots of places. It's a little roguelike at times. Roguelite, you'll notice a little submission because you have permanent death and that sort of thing too. But then when you die, based on the number of days that you play, you can unlock new and more characters which have different abilities. My favorite character after unlocking her is the old librarian with her bottom. Absolute classic. I'm shocked that is just $10 right now. All right, number 4 is EU4. I've put in more than 2,000 hours. This is from the same year, but about 3 months later, about 12 years ago, and that sort of thing. This is August 2013. And this has a lot of DLCs. But the starter edition is like $60, and for thousands of hours to get from this game, it's worth it. It's a total classic, love it lots. So this is a grand strategy game. So basically, what's happening in EU4, you can also check out my video from as you're choosing a different place on the map in a different nation that existed in reality, and the start date tradition of November 11th, 1444. I would recommend starting with Portugal to learn the game mechanics, like not have to be stressed out that much by war, since you have an ally right next to you, Spain. And then you can explore, you can do colonization, you can do building up your economy, you can attack, you can and deal with the battle and that sort of thing. Right? So you're great. And so again, the idea there is to get your stuff up in as great a place as possible, right? And that will require you to build yourself up, and then once you can play anybody across the world that really existed, from North American tribes to Fiji. All right, so number 3 is Zangband, and this is the first of the 3 roguelikes that are going to be hitting the game. They're all free. This is from 2005. It's no longer maintained, just as a heads up. The last version was from 2005, but it's an absolute classic. Love it. So basically, this is based on Roger Zelazny's take on video games, and the Castle Amber. You can play that sort of thing too. Because it's a rogue here, you will be dying. Lots of permanent deaths are happening here too, just like number 5, and that sort of a thing. So you can check it out. Love it lots. Absolute classic to my mind. That's Z. They have it. And then number 2 is Zangband, that it's based off of. Now, I actually prefer Zangband as somebody who's played both hundreds of hours, but Zangband is the one you should start with. Actually, the next one the one you start with. Zangband doesn't have any graphics, but it's the better, more developed game. It's also a roguelike for free, and it was the most recent stable version is on 19th October on 2023. So you can check that out. Again, you're dungeon delving, you're heading back to the city, selling things, buying things, restocking, getting healed, and that sort of thing too. And then you will die a lot. There were times when I would play Angband and and Angband was my civilization, if you will. It was my game that I just kept playing. All right. And then number 1 is the best roguelike. And that's TOME, which stands for Tales of Maj'Eyal. It's from 2012. It's on Steam for $7, but you can get it for free too. I've put into it 158 hours. I wanted it for the achievements. How about that for Steam for $7? It's totally fun. So this is a more, this is a rogue. Yep, it's definitely a rogue game. You're dying and you replay it and that sort of thing too. But it actually has great plot, great concepts, great art, great battle, and that sort of thing too. And I fought this and beat this as a temporal warden the first time through, which is somebody who teleports from one place to the other on the map in order to get the best advantage, and they can use range when they need to against people that's good against, or they use melee when it's better to use against it. And so they're in both. And then I also did use Manster on the next playthrough. What is it? Somebody who closes, who can summon and use oozes and becomes more and more of an ooze form themselves. So yeah, great stuff. And so that's absolute stuff. All right, so there you go. So let's go ahead and do my top 10 once again for you folks. Number 10 is Railroad Tycoon 3. And then number 9 is Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. Number 8 is Heroes of Might and Magic 3 3D. Number 7 is Battle for Westno. Number 6 is Star Control 2. Number 5 is Don't Starve. Number 4 is EU4. Well, EU5's coming out, but it has its original release yet. And number 3 is Zangban. Number 2 is Angban. And number 1 is Tales of Maj'Eyal. Tom. For it, folks. So there you are. Those are my top 10. All of them boxes for you folks. So have you played them? And if so, let me know what you thought about these. Would you agree or disagree? Would you put them in the same order? Or would you agree or disagree with them being on your top 10 value lists? Because a bunch of these are free. And then you can also check it out doing all of them in a box, or many, or have been out for a while, like 10 or 12 years, and so they have low prices. Only one was still at a real price, and that was for a starter pack for the basic game, and then a bunch of DLCs. Right, so I think you'll enjoy that. Those games lost less, whether you're in a tycoon mood or you are in an RPG mood or a grand historical mood or just an adult starve mood, right? Or Star Control mood, right? All of it in the box. So check out those things for you folks. All right, so there you are. And then, so what would be your top 10 value of games? I'm happy to sort of engage you with it further in the comments below, whatever your thoughts are. Happy to sort of talk you through that, about that all up and down the block for you folks. All right, so check out this for next week and the next few weeks. I'm going to go over all of the, like I mentioned in the intro, all of the sort of reviews of typically older video games for you folks. And then also on Saturday, I do something I call Serial Saturday, where I review older TV and movie serials. I just did Captain Midnight. I watched this like 4.5 hour, 15-part a couple of days ago before I'm recording this. So you can check that out. And that's sort of a thing too. I've also done the first 2 seasons of Doctor Who for that too. And then on Monday, do reviews of tabletop RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons or Middle Earth role playing, as well as war games too, like BattleTech. So you can check out that stuff too. And then the rest of the 3 days a week, I do, in addition to some Let's Plays, I do some 3 reviews of older things that you read in 3 genres. We cover science fiction and fantasy and horror too, right? So if those 7 reviews a week plus the Let's Plays too, if that sounds like your cup of tea, well then great. Welcome to the channel and have a seat. I think you'll enjoy your time here quite a bit, right? And while you're here, please do all the YouTube stuff. The hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified of those videos a week and all that stuff too. Like it, Joe. Alright, so there you are for you folks, and then I hope you enjoyed that. As you can tell from those 7 older reviews that I'm doing in a week, it's the passion of this channel, alright, to find these things for you. And then also to let you know about them. And then also, it's even worse, name comes from the worst thing about the new books. It's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who says that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old stuff, right? Not that the new things are bad by default, they're not, right? But they're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? And in our passion for the new book, the new movie, or today's the old video games, we oftentimes have forgotten that to check out these things like EU4, like Star Control 2, like Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That's what we're doing too. So check them out. I think you'll like it a lot. Alrighty, so there. If you made it all the way to the end, I just want to thank you so very, very much for just taking some time out of your day and investing it in watching my video, because we all have so many things, right, that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions too. So thank you. Spend this time with me. That's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate that so very, very much. So thanks again. Have an amazing day.